Hey everyone, Germain Lussier from Slashfilm.com. I'm here on the 20th Century Fox lot with Nakatomi Towers with
Ben Pearson from firstshowing.net.
And we just saw the first 20 minutes and a little bit more of James Mangold's The Wolverine, which opens in late July. And it's a movie we all are excited for because we love The Wolverine but don't know a lot about. They sort of released the trailer really late and we were like, this is interesting, and the reaction to the trailer was kind of negative, not negative, but kind of mixed.
Yeah.
And so now we've seen a little more of the movie, and I got to say, I'm much more sold now. What do you think, Ben?
I'm still on the fence,
okay,
to be honest. They showed us, he showed us like the first 20 minutes or so. We don't necessarily need to get into like a full-on description of what that is, but we also got a chance to spend 30 minutes or so with James Mangold talking to him about his vision for the movie, and I liked what he was saying. I just don't know that what he was saying is exactly reflected in the footage that we saw.
It's interesting because I felt the opposite way. I mean, I actually thought a lot of what he was saying is in there, which is why we do what we do. The exact opposite.
There we go.
He talked a lot about the movie is about immortality, and everyone I love is going to die. The fact that Logan is this immortal person and everybody around him is going to die, and it's about dealing with that. But we get a sense in this, so you get a little bit of that. He also said that the movie is a mystery, and like it sort of unfolds like with just new revelations a lot. And the movie in the first 20 minutes has a very sort of drop you in the middle, here we go, tone and pace. It's like, oh, okay, here's Logan, oh, he's here, okay, now he's meeting this person, let's just go with it. It's got a very sort of free-flowing feel, which sort of lends itself to the mystery thing. As for the immortality thing, there are a couple nods that we saw in the first scene to the fact that he's going to have to really deal with the fact, not that he's exactly that he's immortal, but that he may get what he wants and be a little bit more immortal too.
Yeah, I think in the trailer it kind of insinuates that that there's a guy, some sort of doctor, that actually grants him the wish of becoming not immortal, becoming mortal.
Yeah.
I agree with all that stuff. That's a lot of the Mangold talked a lot about coming to this story with character being the main thing and not just throwing a lot of sound and noise at the screen and expecting people to buy it, as kind of standard cynical Hollywood action movie kind of outlook. And from what we saw, a lot of it does come very much from a Logan character standpoint, which I liked, but I just don't know that the action is really what people. It reminded me a lot of X-Men Origins Wolverine, like in the look of it.
And, I didn't feel
as far
like
as the
that.
action goes, not the.
Well, we
the
saw.
opening
Well, I think
20
we saw. We saw like so. First 20 minutes, and there's one tiny little action scene in there, and then by the end of 20 minutes, he's in Japan, and the rest of the movie's in Japan. And then it cut, and we got to see the entire bullet train sequence, which you see at the end of the trailer. And it's not done.
Right. Oh, that's true. That's true.
But it does. I mean, how are you going to make a train that's going 300 miles per hour with people on top of it look realistic?
Right.
I think for what it was in the trailer, I was like, whatever. But seeing the whole thing in sequence and seeing what he does, they do a lot more with it than you see in the trailer. I mean, you obviously see this shot of him lifting up his claws and flying down the thing. That's almost like the least exciting move he makes in the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other things going on there. And that actually comes up pretty early in the movie, I think. It's not like the climactic battle in any way. I think that's probably it seemed like it was probably like 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think I liked what I saw. I'm not like totally stoked about it. Like, oh man, this is suddenly catapulted to like my number 2 or 3 most anticipated movie of the summer or anything. I am more interested in it than I was before, that's for sure. And I think Mangold really has a good grasp on the character and where the stories come from, and I think Hugh Jackman probably brings a lot to that. It's a story that he's been working on and wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah, I think that's the sense I got today, was that after seeing the trailer, I was almost less excited for the movie because now I had something to see. But now, having seen 25 minutes of the movie, I'm much more excited to see where it's going to go. Yeah. I think he has a strong pace. I think he has a strong thematic core to it, and I think the action is sort of in service of that. Where we go with it, we'll see.
Right.
You know?
And what else they can do with it as far as the action goes. Because he said this isn't a big superhero movie where you have a giant bad guy that you have to fight at the end. So it's kind of a more contained, like, personal story. You know, you've got the Yakuza as part of
and
the
you have,
villains,
they
I
said,
guess.
like, Viper and the samurai character.
The Silver Samurai, I think,
Right.
which we didn't see any of.
Yeah,
So that's the kind of stuff I think, like, once I see a little bit of that, and we're probably not going to until the actual movie comes out, that's the kind of stuff I think that's really going to sell me on, okay, this is actually a Wolverine movie.
Yeah, well, I think you know, you think back to the Man of Steel trailer that came out, you know, a couple days ago, and it sort of showed this huge scope. I don't think this is a big scope movie. I think it's a very smaller character film, and that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But I think when you're sitting in the theater, if Mangold pulls it off like he has in his other films, you're going to really be on this ride, and maybe not walk out and, like, pump your fist and be like, fucking Wolverine rules, but you're going to be like, wow, that was a really good movie. And I think that's really what he wanted, and I think he's on the right track to that.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so that's that. Read more of my work on slashfilm.com.
And check it out at firstshowing.net.
Later.
See ya.